welcome back to my channel, Mental Health with Melissa. I'm Melissa. If you're new here, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more content. I post new videos every single Sunday and Wednesday, and subscribing to my channel really helps me get mental health information to our communities of color and tons of free LCSW test prep, which leads me to my next field that I have a LCSW study program that's called Social Work Study with Melissa that is going to be available for purchase starting March 31st, 2022. So that's next month. So if you haven't yet, head to the link down below in the description box to let me know that you're interested so that I can get your information down and have it sent to you, have the information sent to you of where to purchase it when it is ready for purchase. So I am a therapist, an LCSW, clinical supervisor, and PhD psychology research student. And today we're going to be taking a look at some more LCSW test prep. So go ahead and stay tuned. So today we're going to be talking about psychological testing. So there may be some vignettes on the LCSW exam with a particular psychological test being described, and then the test may then ask you which psychological test is this. So today we're going to go over a few of the psychological tests, what they consist of, and then in the second part of this video, which I will have up on Wednesday, we're going to talk about a LCSW test prep question consisting of a vignette, because I know that vignettes are what you guys really like from the poll that I put up. So I will be putting up a vignette specifically regarding psychological testing. So we're going to be going over three different psychological tests today, what they are and what they consist of. And there are more than three that you'll need to know for the test. You're going to need to know 7 of the psychological tests, but I'm only going to talk about 3. If you're interested in more information on all of them, that is going to be on my social work study with Melissa LCSW test prep program, again for purchase starting March 31st. So go ahead and head to that link down below, and it will all be there, everything that you need to know for the test. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first test that we're going to look at is called an MMSE. So we've talked about this actually in some of my other test prep videos. So it's an acronym for Mini Mental State Exam. So the MMSE is a 10-minute questionnaire, and it's completed with an individual by a person that knows how to administer the test. And it includes simple questions in a number of areas, and it asks about the time, place, repeating words, language, comprehension, and basic motor skills. So the test is really used to screen for cognitive impairments like dementia or memory impairment. And we've talked about neurocognitive disorders in another video. So head to that video if you want to know more about neurocognitive disorders. So basically this test measures again, memory and language. And so that's something that you're really going to want to know for this particular MMSE psychological test. So what it really entails are questions about the year, the date, the month, the day of the week. It asks questions about where we are now. And then the person that's administrating the test names 3 things and then asks the patient to rename them, and then also asks questions about objects, repeating phrases, and then simple commands like taking a piece of paper and then folding it, and then all of these things are kind of added up. And so the way that the scoring works is a score below 24 indicates abnormal cognitive functioning. A score below 21 indicates increased odds of dementia. A score between 24 to 30 indicates no cognitive impairment. 18 to 23 indicates mild cognitive impairment, and a score between 1 to 17 indicates severe cognitive impairment. So that's really what you need to know about the MMSE. And so again, it is a 10-minute questionnaire that includes simple questions about date, time, and comprehension. And there are all the other things that I mentioned, so don't forget to take notes on this as well if that's helpful, because I'm not going to write word for word all of the things that I just said. So that's a good way to kind of get your mind going in memorizing some of this important information. Okay, so the next test that we're going to talk about is called the Rorschach. I always have a hard time pronouncing this. It's the Rorschach Inkblot Test, and it probably is well known to you. It's very well known to our society. If you think about like movies and stuff, and you think about a psychologist showing somebody or a kid a lot of the time a picture, like an inkblot picture, and asking that person, you know, what do you see? So the test administrator will show the inkblot image and will ask the client what he or she sees along with any free association thoughts. So this is followed by inquiring about the ink blots and a specific order where the object is asked to note where they originally saw it and what makes it look that way. And so what it measures is personality characteristics and underlying thought disorders among both children and adults. So like I mentioned, I am a PhD psychology student, and so I've had the opportunity to learn more about different types of psychological tests. And honestly, before my PhD program, I thought that the inkblot test was kind of a scam. I didn't know that it was something that has a lot of evidence base back to it. But the thing is the person conducting it has to be very specifically trained in it, and there's a very particular way in which to conduct it. So when conducted appropriately and in the correct environment by somebody that has a lot of experience doing it, it can be very helpful in determining some of these personality characteristics of an individual. So again, this is the inkblot test, and it determines personality characteristics among different individuals, and is really conducted by someone trained to administer this test. Okay, so the last test that we're going to look at today is called the WISE test, and so 4th edition. So this, you know, all of these tests kind of have acronyms. So the WISE in an intelligent test stands for the Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale, 4th edition. So this is for adults specifically, and it is administered by someone that has training in it. Most of these personality tests, you have to have training and know how to administer them. And it takes approximately 90 to 120 minutes to administer. And it includes 10 core subtests and 5 supplemental subtests. And so what happens in this is the test measures somebody's cognitive ability or intelligence based on their verbal and performance abilities. So the test assesses 4 major components of intelligence, and that's verbal comprehension, processing speed, perceptual reasoning, and working memory. So again, this is really going to focus on intelligence, on the four main components mentioned again, which are verbal comprehension, processing speed, perceptual reasoning, and working memory. So I hope that was helpful. Like I mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and do a second part of this series with an LCSW vignette prep question in the next video. And there are 4 other psychological tests that you're going to need to know for the exam, and they will all be included in my social work study with Melissa LCSW test prep program, available for purchase March 31st. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time, managing mental health matters.